I'm back again with another video for the Parent Literacy Playbook series, and today I'm going to talk to you about quick sound retrieval practice. So what this is the act of showing your child a letter and how quickly can they retrieve the sound. So what we want is for them to be able to retrieve the sound quickly, and that helps ease the load when they're starting to decode and read words. You can do this activity if you have a preschooler at home. You can do it if you have a kindergartner. If you have a first grader who is still kind of slow with reading those short CVC words like mud, cat, dog, you can do this because oftentimes they know all of their letters and their sounds, but the retrieval part, them immediately being able to say that this says ah, is slower. And so this retrieval practice is really, really impactful for pulling it from memory and getting it to become very automatic. This is also really impactful to strengthen those neural pathways from the sound processor and the letter box back here. So when they can see the letter and connect it to a sound immediately, it helps build those pathways. Okay, and today I have two of my helpers with me, Maverick and Walker, and they're going to show you a fun, quick way you can practice sound retrieval by moving your body. Okay, so Walker's gonna go first, and what he's gonna do is, I'm gonna have a timer, and he's going to run across the room, point to the letter, and say what sound it makes, and run back to do that quick retrieval practice.
Get set, go.
But
Run back, run back.
So you just saw how you can do that with a 3-year-old. I would suggest starting with 1 or 2 letters and practicing it for no more than 5 or 10 minutes. You want to think short, quick practice, but often. And so we'll do it again tomorrow, and I'll pick a different set of letters and sounds for him to practice on. Now I'm going to show you what it can look like if you have a kindergartner, and my son Maverick's going to try it out.
On your mark, get set, go.
So you notice how I added more letters for him to do, and I could have probably added even more than just that 4. And in just a minute, you'll see that I'm going to challenge him a little bit because I know that he has his letters and sounds down really well. So he's ready to be challenged with some digraphs. So like CH, SH, TH. And then I'll throw in a CK. And if your child is fluent with all of their letters and their sounds, then you can even at this point start adding in some of those just for some extra practice. This would be really great for first graders or second graders as well, as throwing in those digraph sounds as well.
On your mark, get set, go.
And then something that you didn't see just because it didn't happen in that moment, but if your child pronounces the letter sound wrong, then you need to correct them immediately in the moment, and that will be most impactful for making sure that they say the letter sound correctly. So for example, if they would have pointed to the B and said "ba," and if they added that at the end of it, I would have said, ooh, B doesn't say "ba," it says "b." So we try to clip off that sound at the end that kids, for whatever reason, tend to put on there. Same with like the letter W is one that I often hear mispronounced. A lot of kids will say W says "wa," but it does not have a at the end. Well, W actually just says "w." So pretend like you're going to say the word water, but stop at the W, and it's just "w." There's a lot of letters that are like that where kids just put this extra at the end, so we want to clip those, and I'll do a whole nother video on that in the future on how to correctly say the letter sounds. Another one that's a favorite, Y doesn't say ya, it actually says y. So pretend like you're gonna say yellow, y, and that's the sound that it makes. So that's just one example. There are so many different ways that you could make this fun, and so that's just one example how you can practice that sound retrieval using the letters so that you can build those pathways. Another way is just using flashcards with the letter sounds. You don't have to worry about them saying the letter sound. What we want is for them to see the letter and to connect it to a sound, and that's building those pathways. So you don't even need fancy ones like these. I have the picture. You just write them on note cards. And I have tons of other ideas. If you want any more, just let me know. Thanks for joining.